What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another free educational video with Stock Hours. I'm Meki, and before we get to it, do me a favor, leave a like down below and a comment on what you want to be seeing next from us. We'll be happy to post it very soon. Today we're going over a very nice way to visualize what you do right with your trading and wrong. A specific journal I made for Stock Hours. It's nothing too special, but it's very important to write down exactly what you need to improve on your execution. Now, first thing I did was set a time where I think to me was low volume hours, or a time where I don't want to be in the market. So for instance here, we scalp option contracts. So if I were to play Tesla at open or around open at 840, that sell will be left blank. Now if I were to play Tesla at 1035, which would be low volume time for me, it would plot the sell on as a red. Now while you're trading every day without journaling, it's hard to recognize exactly what you're doing wrong, but when it's visually represented to you over time, you can look back and quickly analyze, okay, I'm doing this wrong or doing exactly that wrong. And that's very important, especially with people who trade every day. You're not going to remember every single trade you took, so visualizing it and keeping it in record is very important. Now, for instance, let's pretend here that my buy was 3k, so 3k, and my sell was 3300, so 10% gain. Now it will automatically set that percent gain or loss for me, and if it were to be a loss, then it would be set to a red percentage with a red P&L. Now what this helps me with the setup is writing down exactly what setup it was. So let's pretend it was a consolidation break. Now the strat one will be consolidation break, and the more consolidation breaks I take, the better I'll be able to recognize whether I do good in that trade or bad. So I'll have a 1 green 0 red on that sell, and over 10 consolidation breaks, I'll know exactly how many times I execute to the best potential, or I fail to execute. Now setup rating will be readjusted over time. So if there's a setup that you love but you execute horribly in, then it would be best for you to just stay away from that setup, regardless of how much you love that setup. The only way to recognize that is obviously to visualize where you're going wrong, how much percent do you lose on those trades, how much percent do you gain on those trades. So setup rating for me, I know I love consolidation breaks, so I'll set that as an A or a B plus, whatever. Now notes would be anything specific about the trade you saw with the tape and level 2. Now market sentiment will be what the futures did, or whether the futures were correlating proportionally with your market sentiment. So let's pretend this consolidation break goes to the upside and futures bullish. So market sentiment is in my favor. Now what I like to do is, if I play counter trend, so if futures were bearish here, then I would set that sell to a specific color or a red. So basically I'm not following the trend or the overall market sentiment, which is very important. Now what's special about that is over time, so we're gonna take a trade at 11:30, that will be set to red 2 because it's low volume for me. Now if you're in Stock Hours, text me, and I'll be able to help you with setting a specific time date on what you think in your time zone is low volume hours, and I can easily help with that. If not, you could just go on YouTube and figure out how to set specific formats to a song. Now, what I wanted to show you guys was over time, if you take multiple trades and build a record. I'm not doing anything specific here. I'm just writing random numbers down just for you to visualize how the graphs work. So that cell is deleted, so fix that. Oh, that's just a break-even trade. I didn't recognize. So anyways, what you'll visualize here on the graph is very important. Now let's pretend that those numbers actually made sense. So actually, let me fix that real quick. When the numbers make sense and they're close to each other, you'll be able to recognize what your average gainer is and your average loss. Now, what does that help me with? That helps me not deviate too far from my average winner and my average loser. If my average winner is $500 and I start seeing crazy spikes on my red trades, for example this one right here, so clearly something went wrong on that day, very easily to visualize, and I can tell exactly what point it was. Then I could go back and figure out exactly what went wrong with that trade, how much percent I lost, stuff like that. Now over time, as you build a record, you'll be able to clearly visualize if you have high or low deviations, and then based on that you'll be able to recognize exactly where you went wrong and fix it quickly. Because some people are visual learners. If they're not journaling and they lose 10 grand off of their or let's not use a dollar amount, let's say 90% of their account, they won't be able to pinpoint exactly what they did wrong if they didn't journal and look back into that. But visual learners can, and it's super helpful. Now that'd be it. If anything, leave a comment down below for any questions you guys got. We're always here and happy to help. Now leave a like, comment down below, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.